Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake up, wake up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please. Hey. Ho. Hey. Wake up, wake up. Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up.
Hey everybody, good morning. It's Friday, August 18th, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
This is Wake Up in Provincetown. I'm Bob.
I'm Harrison.
Thanks for waking up with us. We've got a really fantastic show for you today. As you can see, yesterday was Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you've done with your hair today.
Thank you.
So you were a troll yesterday?
I was a troll yesterday, and as I was talking to a lot of people, like, ugh, there were so many trolls. But I think I was one of the only people who didn't buy the first search result troll wig on Amazon.
How far down did you have to go for this wig?
I made this wig.
You did?
I have my own personal hole in the ozone layer now.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's the Harrison hole in the ozone layer.
We've all heard about the Harrison hole.
Uh-huh. No, yeah, I was a troll. It was a lot of fun. I think I have a picture. Maybe. Thank you for being with us today on this Carnival hangover day. We're just going to chit-chat with you today. If anything goes wrong, we don't care.
Wow. I mean, these are all of the beads that I caught, except for the one that I threw back.
Why'd you throw some back?
When Ryan Landry's float went by, he was like, I ran out of beads. I would be throwing beads at you guys, but I don't have any, so I threw one up to him.
Oh, that's sweet.
It didn't make it.
Oh.
Who does? Oh,
Benji
hi, Benji.
says, I got to chat with Benji a little this morning. I don't know if y'all have seen Benji on the show before, or you've seen him running around town, or you've seen his art all over town. He has murals up at the Crown and Anchor and a bunch of other places in town. Benji is going through a medical issue. He was diagnosed with brain cancer this past week. He's in good spirits. We love him. We're thinking about him all the time. And if you're thinking about him, send him a message on Instagram. He would love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told him that it was his strict vegetarian diet that caused the brain cancer.
He eats chicken sometimes.
Then it was the chicken. No, I eat chicken. I don't have brain cancer.
Oh my God.
Hi, Benji.
We love you.
I'm gonna make you dinner next time I see you.
Mm-hmm. We sent him a little care package, and me and Benji have this joke that we call P-Town our happy place. So I made him a T-shirt that said Provincetown's my happy place.
Why is that a joke? Isn't Provincetown your happy place?
Yeah. Well,
it's also your sad place and your workplace.
Well, that's the thing, exactly. So many people come to Provincetown and they're like, Provincetown's my happy place, and I get that, and I love that they have a happy place, and I love that it's Provincetown. I get why it's Provincetown. But I think it's a little too saccharine for the people who live here and experience Provincetown from all angles. Mm-hmm. And I hate to use this word, but it has a little bit of privilege wrapped up in it.
You think?
Yeah.
Are we ranting?
It's like, oh, you don't have to move twice a year? Is that why it's your happy place?
You were gonna rant about these, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I said it last year, and I think I might actually, I imagine we're gonna have a special town meeting this fall, and maybe I'll get the signatures together to ban the throwing of plastic items onto the ground 20 feet away from the literal ocean. But, you know.
As you have that on your head, you're gonna complain about this?
I'm gonna keep this forever and get so many uses out of this.
What other uses are you going to get out of it?
The same use, but over and over and over again. Actually, I was like, do you think I could brush this out and use it again? Because it's a regular wig, and I just made it stand up. But I'm like, I wonder if there's enough fabric softener in the world to get the knots out of this wig.
Well, do you want to know what I want to rant about?
What do you want to rant about?
We were standing in the front yard of the Queen Vic watching the parade, and there was a group of people next to us, and we overheard one of them saying, yes, I'm a local. I've been coming to Carnival for 20 years. If you come once a week, you are not a local. Once a year.
Yeah.
If you come for a week once a year, you are not a local.
I've lived here for 9 years, and I'm not even sure I'm a local.
You're not.
He's a local. He's just
be
not.
born here to be a local.
That's
Okay.
a townie.
Huh?
A townie.
To be a local, you have to be born.
No, I think if you live here, you're a local.
I feel
I'm
like
a
we need,
local.
we need to have Jen Cabral on finally to explain the difference between townie, local, and Wash Ashore.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jen, if you're watching,
Yeah. I feel like she's the right person, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't born here though.
Oh.
Yes.
She's a Wash Ashore.
Yeah.
We're gonna get canceled for not for the thousands of problematic things we've said in the last 3 years, but we're gonna get canceled for calling Jen Cabral Wash Ashore. But did you have a great carnival day? What did you get up to? Where'd you go? Where'd you walk around?
I did have a great carnival day. I didn't leave my house until 3 p.m. and walked right to Commercial Street, and the parade was just passing Dyer, or just about to pass where we were. So I was able to stay ahead of it and get to where I was going. Just walked the whole way, stopped at the Queen Vic to watch the parade, went over to Jen, the Wash Ashore's house, to say hi, and then we went to the Red Inn and had dinner and went home really early.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah.
Super low key.
I had an early night too. I was home by 10, which is kind of early for carnival. I woke up, I spent an hour or so teasing this wig to all hell and then drowning it in a bottle of hairspray, then walked around a bit, ended up at Julian Sears' house to watch the parade, which was super cute. He had a nice little spread and some cocktails. I do have to, can I make fun of Julian a little?
Go for it.
He had a really great spread and also really delicious drinks and cocktails. Last year he's like, oh, we're gonna have some cocktails. And then he had pre-batched Negroni and Boulevardier, which I just think delicious.
Very
but
strong.
Yeah, very strong, and also a very weird choice for like a backyard daytime barbecue.
Yeah.
It was just weird. But I love you, Julian.
Yesterday was also my and Peter's 16th anniversary.
Damn.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary,
it's your
Peter.
like dating anniversary.
Yes,
Yeah.
our dating anniversary, 16 years. He was G.I. Joe. Well, he had a G.I. Joe.
Cute.
That was his costume.
Who are you?
Nothing. I'm a spectator on Carnival. If I'm not on a float in the parade, I just want to watch.
Yeah, I get that.
Because there are people who put so much time and effort and money into their costumes, and I'm just not going to. So it's like
me?
rather than half-ass it, I would rather not ass it.
Yeah, no, I
just
get that.
watch. And it was a really, really fun day.
Yeah.
Well,
I really liked this theme, Land of Toys, and I thought, I was surprised that I felt like not many people dressed up.
really?
I feel like in the past, like 80% of people are dressed up, and this year I feel like it was 20% of people. It was mostly regular people.
There were also a lot of not a toy. Like I was like, that's not a toy. That costume's not a toy.
Well, it's tough because like a friend of mine dressed up as a Power Ranger. I'm like, I get it. I played with those toys. The toys I played with when I was little were Power Rangers, but when you dress up as a Power Ranger, you're just a Power Ranger. You're not a toy Power Ranger.
Well, yeah, no, but it's a toy.
Yeah, I agree, but it's like, but is it what did people dress up that wasn't a toy?
I can't even, I should have stitched together a little thing of pictures, but it was just, yeah.
Oh yeah, when people like
Yeah,
tarot,
cards. That I was like,
Yeah.
they were
I mean, it was
great,
awesome. It was
but I
so
was like,
cool.
Tarot cards aren't a toy.
There
Yeah.
were so many Mr. Monopoly guys.
Were
Mr.
there?
Monopoly guys.
The mustache guy.
Are
Yeah.
board games toys?
Are video games toys? Because I saw a lot of Mario and
you do play
Luigi.
with them.
But is Mario a toy? Mario and Luigi aren't a toy. It doesn't matter. It's over.
Yeah, and it was fun, and everyone looked great.
And next year's theme is Renaissance and Revolution. Are you already planning your Renaissance look?
What? Oh my God.
You're gonna do.
I'll be Troll Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette.
Don't.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
There weren't as many Barbies as I thought there were gonna be.
There were a lot though. There were a lot of
think?
Kens. I
There
saw
were a lot
many
of Kens. Can I get my hot take on the the
Yeah,
Kens?
go.
I just found it weird the amount of gay men that went to go see this movie and then walked away from it and it was like, I'm Ken, the doofy misogynist who needed like a super light hand to be told how problematic I am. It's weird to me.
Ken wasn't a misogynist. He loved Barbie more than anything. All he wanted was Barbie's attention.
And then he like
Yeah. He was the romantic.
he was the romantic.
Maybe you're the one who misread the Barbie movie.
Until he realized that he should have power and then because before, when the roles were like reversed, they weren't really reversed. Ken was just kind of left to his own devices and without purpose or importance, and then the Barbies ran the world. And then when he flipped it, he made the Kens in charge and then made the Barbies serve the Kens. The Kens weren't serving the Barbies before.
Didn't the Barbies like it? The President Barbie was like a waitress for a minute. She's like, this is so much easier than being president. Am I forgetting how the movie went?
They were under like a spell.
They were under a spell. I think we should rewatch it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're going to teach this
I
movie in
think
classes
it's still
for
at
years
Water's
to
Edge,
come.
right?
Is it?
They usually have movies come and go quickly, but I'm glad that they're showing Barbie. I think it's a great movie and a great movie to watch in Provincetown.
I think they should put red, white, and royal blue at the movie theater in town.
Ooh.
I haven't seen it yet, but Eric Borg won't stop talking about it.
Yeah, there was so much promo around it, and it just felt it felt like it wasn't quite not made for me, but it was like, oh, that's not something that I would watch. But everyone, like Eric Borg said, he's watched it twice. My music director John Thomas at the Fantastics has said he's watched it like 3 or 4 times. He like loves it, so I will be giving it a watch.
You have to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, let's watch it before next week.
Okay, I'll try.
At least once.
Yeah. Speaking of the Fantastics, we had another really great run this week. We actually have a show tonight. We didn't have one yesterday because of Carnival, so we have one tonight. Julian came this week to see it. My brother and sister surprised me. I literally walked out onto the stage and was like, "Is that my sister?" And it was. Yeah.
You only have a couple of weeks left, right?
Yeah, 2 more weeks, 9 more shows, including tonight. Bittersweet.
You know what I just found out by reading the newspaper? There's a play called The Pickleball Wars at the Wellfleet Harbor Actors Theater.
Oh, cool.
So the executive artistic director of the Payomet Performing Arts Center is also a playwright, and he wrote a play about pickleball, and it's there until September 9th. I really want to go see it.
Do you know what like the angle is?
There's like a recently retired couple who moves to the Cape and get embroiled in the pickleball wars.
Like the pickleball wars, meaning like fighting over where they should be.
Yes.
Okay, cute.
They should have got Judy Gold to be in that play.
Honestly. She gave us the one-woman version of it last week. Yeah, it was great. I also saw Miss Cracker's show last Friday, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
Definitely go see it. I've been hanging out with Miss Cracker a bit lately. She is so fun. She just like, she fits right in Provincetown. She actually painted Juot and Andrew yesterday as Barbies, did a really fantastic job. And she got up at 6 a.m. to paint herself, 9 a.m. to paint Andrew, 11 to paint Juot, and then she was in that drag all day and then had a show last night.
Oh my God.
In the same face. I'm like,
You saw the show last night?
I know, I saw it last Friday. It was really, really great.
Did you see Ginger Minj yet?
I haven't seen Ginger Minj yet, but I'm gonna make it in the next couple weeks. I saw her in town for the first time yesterday during Carnival. She was dressed as Mario and Luigi. Her and Gadget, her co-star of her show this year. But I've heard it's honestly incredible. So definitely check that one out too.
Oh, last Sunday I went to the Melody Tent in Hyannis to see Melissa Etheridge. Not Melissa Errico, or you're always confusing who I'm.
Yeah, I was like, oh, with Seth Rudetsky? Because Melissa Errico was in town with Seth Rudetsky last week.
You know, Melissa Etheridge, the iconic lesbian rock star who turned Hyannis out. Like, as we were going into the venue, there were all these, like, nothing against this type of person, because I'm sure some of you are watching, but, like middle-aged straight couples. It's weird. And I'm like, I was just going, where's all the lesbians? Like, I thought this would be full of lesbians. And then we saw a couple of lesbians, and I was like, look, lesbians! And they were like, what the fuck? And I was like, no. I was like, who are all these straight people? And they were like, I don't know. But then once we got inside, lesbians everywhere, as far as the eye could see. I believe every lesbian in all of New England was at Melissa Etheridge.
That sounds amazing. Did she do all the hits?
She did all the hits. She did a lot of stuff that I've never heard before.
Cool.
But you know, like, I don't know if you know this about Peter, but he's not very, like, PDA. Like, if we're at something, he doesn't want me, like, holding his hand. But I was like, all of these straight people came to see a 62-year-old lesbian sing. We are gonna hold hands during this concert.
Aww.
And he let me.
That's really cute.
No, it was brilliant. I love her. Like, she came out in 1993, years before Ellen and Will and Grace and all that shit. And I mean, she's just been a hero of mine for a long time.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming to Cape Cod, Melissa.
What did she start and end with?
She started with Similar Features from her, like, first album. And the last song she did was Like the Way I Do.
Oh.
Does she love you like the way I, you know.
I figured she'd sandwich the show with the two big ones.
She backloaded the show with all the hits.
Oh.
So like,
She didn't want to open with those. Everyone would be like, we heard Come to My Window, I'm out of here.
it's just fun to watch people, like, she played drums for one song, and then she gave the drumsticks away. I thought the two people that took the drumsticks were going to spontaneously combust. They were like, they about fainted. They were so excited to have a stick from her.
Yeah, you had a fun little crew go. Mark went too, right?
No, it was Bob Lindsay, Tommy Myers,
Oh, cute.
Peter and me. No, it was great.
Nice.
Good times.
Fun. I have a couple news stories.
What?
Is it about this bar back?
No. I love that. Yeah, the Provincetown Independent did a feature on barbacks, which I think is really cute.
Yes. The unsung heroes of the hospitality industry.
Julian texted me, he said, that was last year about the Negronis and the Boulevardiers. He said, he said, the reason you liked this year is because we had fried chicken products from Stop and Shop, your favorite.
It is really good fried chicken.
He's not wrong. It was delicious, yeah.
Oh,
And the only food I ate all day. So
Fudge.
thank you. Like 3 bites of fried chicken from Julian's place.
What do you got newsworthy?
So adding to the list of indictments against Donald Trump, this week Donald Trump was indicted in Georgia. So there were new indictments in the probe of interference in the 2020 election by Donald Trump and his associates, 19 people with a total of 41 felony counts. Those 19 people included Mark Meadows, Rudy Giuliani, and Sidney Powell. This goes to, it's mostly based around that infamous phone call.
The Find Me 12,000 Votes phone call?
Yeah, where he called, I have his name written down, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, and asked him to find 11,000 votes so that he could win in Georgia. The most interesting charge, I think, is a RICO charge, which stands for Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations Act. If you don't know what RICO is basically it was a crime defined in the 70s, basically so that you could charge mob bosses for the totality of their organization's crimes.
So it's basically you were behaving like a mob.
Well, you're behaving like a mob, or like you're the head of this crew that is, just because all the people under you are doing all these bad things. It's basically like to charge mob bosses for murders that even though they didn't do the murdering, that kind of thing. And RICO is one of those things that, like, if you get charged with it, you probably go to jail forever.
Really?
Yeah. And the most interesting part, I think, is one of the first successful RICO convictions. The attorney prosecuting was none other than Rudy Giuliani. So they're
Right.
They're gonna basically be using the precedences that he set in his case against him.
Delicious.
I know. Another extremely delicious part of it all was Hillary Clinton was scheduled to
On
be
Rachel Maddow.
on the Rachel Maddow show Monday night, well in advance, and then this all came out on Monday, and it was just joyous to watch. I think I have a little picture of her, and it's just like
Laughing. She's
her
like-
looking so happy, where underneath it says like Donald Trump indicted in Georgia. And she's like, if you ever want to have me on again, maybe like book me in 2 weeks and maybe we'll get more indictments that day.
She said that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and she spoke really eloquently about it, and it was a beautiful interview.
Did she address her emails?
Yes.
Buttery males.
But her emails.
Oh, I thought it was buttery males. I've been saying it wrong all these years.
Oh my God.
No, but also the same people calling this a witch hunt of Donald Trump are the same people wearing Lock Her Up t-shirts. Like,
Yeah.
wake up, people. Wake up, wake up.
There's no convincing them.
No, there's no convincing people that have already made up their mind.
Donald Trump has already, like, I feel like this was part of the master plan. Like, he's been instilling this idea of, like, everyone's against him, everyone's corrupt, everyone's making up stuff against him. And I feel like it was because he knew that all of this was going to culminate in this exact way. He's already been preparing his defense in the court of public opinion since 2015.
Any happy news stories?
No, I just have another not great one.
Oh.
So I announced, I talked about a month ago that Grindr, the staff of Grindr was in talks to form a union. And just days after they announced the formation of their union, Grindr announced a return to work order. And this was like, they announced like the end of July that they were forming a union. And about a week ago, Grindr told them that they all had to move within 50 miles of their new offices in San Francisco by August 31st, or they would no longer be employed by the company.
Wow.
So to give people 3 weeks to potentially move across the country within 50 miles of an office that they haven't even told them the location of. Like they give them a specific 50-mile radius of an office that they don't have yet. They just said it's in the Bay Area.
Oh, they don't even have the office yet.
No. And also, like, the people that were in charge of the union, they said that, like, they imagine they're just going to rent a WeWork space, and the WeWork space based in San Francisco wouldn't be able to house their entire product team. So it does seem like this is union-busting efforts. And the guy in charge of the union said, to tell me that I have 2 weeks to decide whether or not to uproot my family's life for a job that won't come to the table and speak with me as an adult, it's dehumanizing. Because this was actually the first first of anything that they had heard from the Grindr CEO since they had announced the formation of the union. There was no acknowledgement, no, okay, we'll chat at some point. It was just silence, and then like, oh, you have to move within 50 miles of this office.
Do you use Grindr?
I do. Do you?
No, not really. Do you use Sniffies?
I do.
Isn't Sniffies better than Grindr anyway?
It's different.
Canceled. Grindr's canceled.
Yeah, Grindr is kind of canceled. So they initially announced that they wanted a safer work environment, all of those things along with the union, but then it kind of came out that one of the main reasons that they're forming a union is because of fears centered around their new CEO. We had talked last year about the new CEO and how he was very much, in all the media that I had read, he's like, oh, he's a family man and he's had all this success in business and it's gonna be so great. And then it all started coming out that he had donated and financially supported anti-LGBTQ plus politicians, that he has a very shady background when it comes to those sort of things, and that one of the main reasons that they're unionizing is for fear that the CEO is potentially right-wing and has access to all of these queer people's personal information and the problems that could arise. So thank you to the Grindr staffing team for trying to keep users like me and Bob sometimes safe in that environment.
You know what I forgot to say last week? I do have to mention something really quickly. When I was doing the bike trail, I noticed that somebody was being carried out on a stretcher.
Damn.
There were two National Park Service, like ambulance trucks or whatever, like blocking off a segment of the bike trail. And like 10 feet off of the trail was this poor guy being loaded onto a stretcher. They did, you know, of course I'm nosy, so I was like, is he gonna be okay? And the EMT guy was like, oh yeah, he'll be fine, but you know, it just doesn't look good. And there was that terrible bike accident in town last week as well, where a cyclist collided with somebody on an electric scooter.
Yeah.
And so we just want to remind everybody to be very careful out there, especially as town is busier than ever. Watch out for yourself, watch out for others. And I mean, I'm a total hypocrite to say this, but wear a helmet on the bike trail. I don't. But you should, I should. If I didn't wear glasses, I would totally wear a helmet all the time, but it's hard to wear a helmet when you have glasses on your face.
Is it?
Yeah. They like go like this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh, they like squish down
They
and then
do.
like pop up.
They move in a way that is not.
Do you never wear contacts?
I do not ever wear contacts.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I don't like touching my eye.
Oh, I love it.
Ugh.
Yeah, as it seems like every season there's new modes of transportation on Commercial Street. And when I moved here 8 years ago, it was kind of just bikes, cars, and pedestrians. And
Now it's golf carts
already
and
dangerous.
scooters and
Golf carts, scooters, those boards that somehow magically work. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
The ones with the one wheels. I'm like, how does that work? And I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out at all. But it just seems like Commercial Street is getting more dangerous every year. And also, in the changes that have happened in the time I've lived here, and I think this is probably due to the pandemic and the amount of people working from home moving to town, I feel like there's an insane amount of dogs on Commercial Street. And I'm not anti-dog, but I feel like a lot of dog owners are not responsible with the way they behave with their animals in Commercial Street.
You're not anti-dog, you're anti-dog person.
Yes.
You think the dog people are the problem.
Well, especially with those retractable leashes, I'll be biking on the
Oh
street.
my
There'll be someone
God.
on one side of the road with their retractable leash, not paying attention to their dog, who has sprinted across to the other side and created like a what is that called? Like a tripwire across the commercial street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be careful out there, everybody. And if you're on a bike at night, you should have a light on.
Yeah.
Do you?
No, I don't.
You don't have a bike light? They are mandatory.
With them.
Oh,
Right.
well.
Built in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do I have to buy a light for my bike?
Also, and it's like, also I've had lights and they've all gotten stolen off my bikes.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll get another one.
No, I know. You are right.
If you get a light, I'll get a helmet.
Okay.
All right?
I promise.
Me too.
Yeah, like, I feel like there should be steps taken. I feel like Commercial Street is a problem that is just not being ignored, but being like, oh, it's fine, until something really bad happens. Something really bad did happen last week.
Somebody had to be airlifted out of here.
Yeah, and like, what is the max speed on those scooters? It seems really fast.
They can go 60 miles an hour.
60?
Some of those electric bikes can go 60 miles an hour.
My
Right.
God.
I'm just gonna say I think anything with a motor should have to adhere to all traffic laws like a car does.
They are applied. Like, you are supposed to only go one way if you are on a motorized anything,
But-
and people are just not doing it.
There's also a lot of rules and laws about how you're supposed to act on a bike, how you're supposed to act as a
stop.
pedestrian, and I feel like we have law enforcement, we have traffic police. I don't understand why there isn't more of a focus on policing the people and bikes of Provincetown.
Who's in charge of the traffic cops? We can ask our selectman when he comes on camera in half an hour.
Yeah, it's gotcha journalism coming up shortly. With
Well, at least we warned him.
No.
Think about this.
Just kidding, we're not going to do that. Yeah, but I do think as a community we should take a big step back, examine the ways in which people move around town and how we can all be safer.
You could put an article.
Yeah,
You can file one of those formal complaints.
I
Do you have
wonder-
a form in your pocket?
No,
Like
I keep
normal?
those in my backpack.
I just wonder if we should have someone moving up and down Commercial Street gently guiding people to be safer.
Sure. That would be great.
Because, like, I was biking on the street the other night, and there was a group of 8 guys standing in the street chatting, and then a group of 4 people on the other side standing in the street chatting, and I'm like, you're in a road. It is a road that you're standing in. And, like, I don't know how to gently say it in a way that doesn't make me seem like an asshole and make them mad at me. But
Well, then just say it that way.
maybe if I had a fluorescent polo shirt, it would come across better.
You know what? So let's just keep ranting.
Yeah, go for it.
So you're watching these traffic cops not like enforcing anything. You know what happened to me? I got
What?
a parking ticket for parking in front of my own fucking driveway.
How?
Because so there's 2 parking spaces in front of my house, and my street is resident permit parking only. And because there's some Airbnbs on my street, there's constantly cars without resident stickers in all of the parking spaces. And I'm like, the parking people never come on my street to ticket these people. I always end up having to park behind. So Peter's parked in the driveway, and I have to park behind him like that. And then there's these 2 spaces that I would like to park in, but I never can. And so at one point, both of these guys I went to work on my bike. I left my car here, not technically in a real spot, but the only thing it was blocking was my own driveway. And I come home and there's a parking ticket on it. And I was like, did you give all of these people that don't live here tickets?
Wait, so it's resident parking, but they never get ticketed?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and so then when I went to contest the ticket, the guy was like, oh yeah, we hardly ever go down that street. I was like, yeah, I know. The one time you went down it, you gave me a ticket. And I still have to pay it.
Oh, they didn't.
No, I'm going to like contest it.
I feel like you could. Be like, I was in my driveway.
Yeah, I'm like, I blocked my own space. Normally the person whose driveway it is has to complain. They have to call and be like, can you come give this guy a ticket? He's blocking my driveway. I didn't call on myself. Nobody called on me. Eric, can you fix this? Peter called on me?
Peter called and complained.
I will flip this desk over.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say about Carnival or anything.
it was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And congratulations. Congratulations to the Provincetown Brewing Company for winning Best Overall Float. It was some magnificent choreography. It was like a giant Hot Wheel car, and they were doing the like pit crew, like rotating the tires I mean, how often did you do that? A lot. It looked like a lot of work, but it was worth it. It paid off, and they won.
Honestly, and I think this might be in part due to the matchmaking thing that we talked about last week. But the difference between when I first came to Provincetown, the floats then, and the creativity and really high quality entertainment of the floats this past year is so strikingly different, and I'm so happy to see people being incredibly creative and putting a lot of work into creating a really enjoyable parade for the endless amount of people that came to town yesterday.
It was really fun, and I want to give a special shout out to Ciro and Sal's because they closed their restaurant and did a float, and then, you know, that's like a big hit. That's a lot of money to lose in one day. But like restaurants, all the restaurants and bars used to do floats, and it's rarer and rarer.
Well, from my understanding, Carnival was created as a day for the restaurants to be closed and everyone who lived and worked here to go out into the streets and party together because it was the end of the season. And now it's become the busiest work day of the year.
I love Carnival.
Yeah,
Even though there was
amazing.
a second when I was walking down the street and this guy had one of those clack fans, and I mean he was doing it so hard that I literally had to like go like this as I walked by, and then his friends were dancing and I almost got kicked in the face, and I was like, do I actually hate Carnival?
I told someone said something, and I was like, I have a love-hate relationship with like the town and things like this, and he was like, what? Oh my God, that's crazy. And I was like, okay.
No, it's totally normal.
And it was someone who lives in and works and owns a business in town, and I was like,
oh, a local.
Yeah.
That sounds like
But
a
I was
local
also
to me.
like, I'm like, what do you do that you just love it? No, I'm just saying, like, it's a real place. There's endless amounts of things to love.
It's a real place.
But there's things to hate.
Provincetown,
as well.
a real place.
Yeah. That's our marketing from now on. And also a big thank you to Trevor and Steven, who run the Provincetown Business Guild. Incredible work. There's pretty much every day something you could go to and have an amazing time that's been put on by Trevor and Steven.
And was today a closing party?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, here. 7 to 10 tonight, the Provincetown Brewing Company, My Little Brony, and 9 to 1, there's Night of 1,000 Barbies, hosted by me and Tadana.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're not going to wear that pink wig, are you?
No, that's not my Barbie wig.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's going to be tons of fun. I do have to give Sam and Carmen a shout out. They have put on so many incredible events. They just had days and days of stacked stuff. Babes and Boys, their production company, has been doing some really incredible stuff. And a huge shout out to the looks they made. Sam dressed up as Ken in the like neon roller skate look with neon roller skates. You had a neon helmet too?
No.
Oh, it
dyed my hair.
Oh, it dyed her hair. Incredible. People really, so many incredible people really turned out this week to make it a magical event for everyone. So, yeah. Okay, let's, I hung out with the Fudge at the Fudge Factory earlier this spring. They showed me how they make their fudge. It was tons of fun. Watch this video. Everyone, we are here at the Provincetown Fudge Factory right on Commercial Street. This is Tootie. Thanks so much for chatting with us this morning.
Thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah, excited to celebrate your 39th summer here in Provincetown.
Very much, yeah. Like the store was founded like in 1984, so it's gonna be our 39th year. So I hope it's gonna be a great season.
I'm sure it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much. First of all, as a year-round resident, I'm so happy that you're open year-round. Really getting my sweet tooth going.
Yeah, we are open actually year-round, 7 days a week throughout the whole year, and we are actually one of the few places that stay open in the off-season as well, which is like a good thing. It's a great thing, and sometimes it's hard to do it, but we kind of like make it work because we also have a website. So for all the people who are not in Provincetown and want to order some sweets,
Yeah.
You can do it on our website.
Order some peanut butter cups.
Yeah. Our homemade peanut butter cups. We have all kinds of stuff here, like all kinds of chocolates, homemade fudge that we make here in the bag.
Awesome.
So a little bit later, we're gonna show you a little bit of the process.
I love that. How long have you been working here at the Fudge Factory?
Actually, this is gonna be my 8th season here, year-round.
Awesome.
And actually, I'm behind all the chocolates. I make all the peanut butter cups, the barks. And it's been, I cannot even believe it's gonna be my 8th season.
Right.
It went so fast because I really enjoy my job, and basically it's kind of like a little family here, you know, like a small family business. Everyone's so nice. It's so great to work with. So I'm very happy being here.
I love that.
Yeah.
What brought you to Provincetown?
Actually, I came as a J1 student, as we might know, like many places here. Like we have J1s every year, every summer. And I feel like here it's been like such a great place to work for. So because I know many people who come for first year and they work here, they always come back for second, for third year because they like it very much.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place to be here.
So you're behind making all these chocolates behind me. What is your favorite? What do you eat the most?
Oh my god, like basically for me it's all dark chocolate. Dark chocolate. It's not, and it's very sweet, it's still very sweet because it's not like super dark, like 90%, it's kind of like 60% dark chocolate. But our best seller actually is like the milk creamy peanut butter cups.
Oh yeah. I would say out of everything here, that's definitely what I've eaten the most.
Yeah. But like the barks, we have all these like crazy like peanut butter Oreo barks. We have sea salt caramel barks, all kinds of like great stuff.
And you do seasonal flavors as well, right?
Oh, we do, yeah. Especially so for example for the fudge, we do pumpkin spice and eggnog in the fall. So
That's
those
awesome.
are like a big hit.
I love
Like
that.
yeah. Also, we are constantly adding new flavors throughout the year. In the summertime, like we're gonna have like more flavors. So you know you can check them out here or on our website.
I
as
love
well.
that.
Yeah.
Should we go check it out being made?
Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's go. Yeah.
So we are here with Eduardo. He is the man here year-round, stirring up some fudge.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Oh, no problem.
He's going to show us a little bit of the process of how we make fudge. Should we start with ingredients?
Yeah, basically, we use 100% of chocolate with sugar. We have fresh dairy here, cream, butter, milk. We use some corn syrup and fudge. And then
All the healthy stuff.
all the healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Then you have to cook it here until it reaches 236.5
Wow.
degrees. So that one is pretty much ready.
Okay.
All right. So what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna pour it here.
Oh, wow. Do you want to come around though? What flavor is this?
This one is chocolate.
Perfect. Standard.
Standard. It's a classic flavor.
What do you think is the most popular flavor you make?
Actually, chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
It's a good starting point.
It is.
Delicious.
Eduardo, how many years have you been making fudge?
A year and a half.
Oh,
An expert already.
Yeah.
And how long will it be resting here till it gets up?
To get ready, I would say at least a couple of hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it cools enough and then you pour it into a tray to set?
Once that's cool, I have to paddle it manually. And then once that's ready to get out of the pan, it ends up like this.
Awesome. And that's when you add toppings and all the good stuff?
So-
if that's what it is.
Actually, that's a good question. Before you're gonna paddle, you add all the ingredients,
Gotcha.
and then you paddle with all the ingredients in it, and then that's how you take it out.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Delicious. Thanks so much for showing us that.
of course, no problem.
So stop in by the Fudge Factory 7 days a week. You're in just 65 days a year. Say hi to Tutti and Eduardo and pick up some delicious fudge. And if you're not in Provincetown, go to their website, order up some candy, and get it delivered right to your door.
Gadget, so it's kind of
Thank you so much. Stop by the Fudge Factory and grab some fudge. Stop by the Fudge Factory and grab some fudge. Or you can go to their website and order and have it delivered right to your door.
The best piece of candy in the whole country is a dark chocolate almond turtle at the Fudge Factory.
Work.
go there.
Yeah.
It's like $7, but it's like this big.
Yeah.
You shouldn't eat it in one sitting,
And
but I
also,
often do.
One of my favorite gifts is like just like a package of peanut butter cups for someone. It's a great, easy gift.
You guys, please welcome to the show our morning show colleague, Steve Greenberg. Steve, welcome. You may recognize him from that other much smaller morning show, The Today Show.
Yeah.
Little budget.
Yeah. Tiny show, a colleague.
Eensy weensy.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. I'm thrilled to be on Wake Up. This
Yeah.
is like the pinnacle of my career.
Exactly.
This moment. This is it.
First started at the Today Show, now at
Work my
Up
way-
in Provincetown.
Work my way up
Your
to this
career is
finally.
going in reverse. How was your carnival?
It was fun. It was fun. It was good. I compared to last year. I agree. It was much better than. I think this year was better than last year. You know, sometimes last year the parade moved so slowly. This year it kind of moved at a nice
cute.
Yeah.
pace too. I thought it was a great carnival.
Great.
Good. And I think I'd argue with you. I think there were a fair number of costumes. I mean, I think the
I just think
costuming number.
less.
Maybe, yeah, but there was some higher quality costuming. I think.
Totally.
Did you see the Play-Dohs?
No.
Oh my God,
Yes,
they were great.
They were really good.
I love
yeah.
the Lincoln Logs.
Shane and Don
our
were
friends
awesome.
Shane and Don nailed it. They
were
turned it
great.
out. Yeah.
It was like slutty Play-Doh.
Yes.
Like the guys had like a Play-Doh container and then obviously shirtless.
Obviously.
And then there were the slutty Power Rangers.
Work.
Well, everything was slutty.
It was
Yeah.
That's
totally
part of
That's the
slutty.
theme, yeah.
The carnival's
Slutty's
gotta be
implied.
Yeah, right.
So how did you become the Gadget guy?
Well, I worked in TV as a local news reporter for years and anchoring stuff, and I loved gadgets. My dad did some inventing, my brother did some inventing, so I kind of knew a little bit about that world. And when I started doing a show on Discovery Channel called Your New House, they said, what segment do you want to do? And they suggested tools. I'm like, I'm not a tool guy. I said, what about gadgets? So check this out. Started doing gadgets, wrote a book called Gadget Nation, which did very well, got me on the Today Show.
Work.
And now I've launched a gadget game show called What the Heck Is That on YouTube, which I'm also hoping to promote right now.
Work. You're doing it.
Can we play it?
We're gonna play it. You want
love
to
that.
play a couple of rounds, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the way this works,
Uh-huh.
very complicated. Gonna show you a gadget. It's a real gadget. You can buy it in the stores right now. Hopefully you don't recognize it, and you can ask me a few yes or no questions about it, like,
Okay.
is it something I'd use in my kitchen or whatever?
Okay.
And then after you've kind of narrowed it down, you'll have to guess the function of this gadget.
Do we get to touch it?
You get to hold it. I've covered the names so you can't
Okay.
cheat. And you ready to play the first round?
I'm excited.
Okay, here we go. A lot of pressure here. Here is our first. Here is the mystery gadget. I need a tight shot on this so you can see it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show you it does this.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's a real gadget. You can buy it online in stores. Okay, ask me a couple of questions about this gadget so we can figure out what the heck is that?
Oh my God. Is it a cleaning item?
Yes,
Okay.
it does clean something. Excellent.
Its purpose is to clean something.
Its purpose is to clean something. I guess the ultimate question is, what are you cleaning?
Yeah. Are all the features on this necessary? Like, does this have to slide?
No, so I'll tell you a little
Good
bit. That's a great
question,
question.
Harry.
This piece actually comes off, and you can use it without this whole handle thing.
Okay.
They give you as you, but this is the real working end is right here. This is not necessarily necessary,
But it's helpful.
but it's how they sell it.
So, well, there's like a Velcro-y end on the end.
Right, right.
Do you use it in the laundry room?
I would say no. It's not a
Okay.
laundry room item.
Bathroom.
Not the bathroom.
Really?
exclusively. No.
Kitchen?
No. Not even the kitchen.
Why is
Sort of
it-
a whole house thing? I'll give you that kind of hint.
Why is it these colors? Like it seems more like a toy for a child.
I think that's just marketing. I think
Yeah.
that they wanted to jump off the shelf a little bit. The folks behind it.
Is this the name?
The name is hidden behind the blue tape. Blue tape
He's
there.
smart.
These guys would cheat. I wouldn't let that happen.
Is it to clean like vents?
Not to clean vents.
Okay.
Here.
I don't know.
I'll give you another hint.
Yes.
This same company makes a drain cleaner. This is not a drain
See, I thought it
cleaner.
was a
Yeah,
drain
me too.
cleaner.
I
It's not
kinda
a
thought it
drain
was-
cleaner, but
yeah.
this company makes that too. It's
Drano?
like a drain,
Like brush
brush
thing.
thing, yeah. But it doesn't clean that. It cleans something else around the house, which gets dirty, which up until now, you never really had a good way of cleaning. And this is like really the first gadget I've seen designed just for cleaning this specific thing around your
Is
house.
this flexible?
A fan.
Or am I gonna
Not a fan.
a ceiling fan?
Or even like a Vornado fan, I can never take the back of it off and clean it.
That is
Very hard to
true.
clean. Another gadget has to be
Invent
invented
one of
for that.
those,
Yeah, we
yeah.
have to work on that. Put that on the list there.
What does it clean? What does it do?
Should we throw the cards over?
Any other questions, boys?
Any guesses?
Any guesses from the
Ladies?
audience? A trumpet? Is it a trumpet cleaner?
No, no. It's a household
So it's
item that
meant like
everybody-
this. This is how you use it.
Yeah, or even sideways, depending on how you set up the other thing that you're cleaning. And I'll tell you one thing they had, you can actually put it into a power drill. If you want to like put some power behind it and clean it, you can use this same attachment in a power drill to clean something.
Air conditioner.
Not an air
I
conditioner.
feel like grates, vents, something like that.
You already said that.
Shut up. Okay, I'm stumped.
Okay, we're throwing over the cards. Okay, it's for cleaning that roller in the vacuum cleaner. Oh! We had a possible. Yeah. Because you know that roller gets all caught up with hair and cords and strings, and it's impossible to clean out. This actually doesn't. And I tried it out in my house with my vacuum cleaner. Works amazingly. So, okay.
Do you have like an Amazon storefront where you link all
I
of
wish
it?
I should be doing that, but what I can tell you about it, it's
Yeah, you'll get a
called
percentage.
the Vacuum Weasel. It's from a company called Drain Weasel is the maker. It's also on Amazon and it's under $10.
Work.
So you live and learn. You just learn something.
No, I know. I'm
And
like
it's
trying
fun.
to think how, after all the wig hair all over my house, like I'm gonna need that.
When I saw the wig hair, I was thinking, you're gonna need this for sure.
Exactly.
You're gonna need a
My
vacuum
roommate's
weasel.
already mad at me.
Okay.
You stumped us.
Stumped. Okay, let's go now to another gadget. Here we go.
Is it getting harder or easier?
I don't know. That's a very good
We were
question.
close.
We kind of were, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Here is the next mystery gadget. Also a problem solver. That solved the problem. This solves the problem. Okay, you can hold it.
It looks like a razor almost, but it's not. Oh, it has one little pin. Is that sharp?
Okay, so that's a great observation. There's a little pin on this side right over here that kind of sticks up. That's critical to its function. That really is important. So that adds, so now we have to know what the heck is that?
Household item.
Household item, yeah, I'd say household.
Cleaning item?
Not a cleaning item, but it is a problem solver. Problem we've all had.
Really?
Does it involve clothes?
It does not involve clothes. Good question.
Did Mark have a question?
Do you know what it is?
Do you use it to hang pictures with?
No, not a picture hanger. And there are, that has a huge category, but it's not for that. It's actually, again, one of the things about both these products, this is something I never saw before, anything that solved this specific problem, and one I've had.
How did you find it?
I go to a zillion trade shows. I'm online with the stuff. This is my job.
There's like arrows?
Sadly, it's my job.
There's arrows.
Yeah.
Is there like a sliding motion that you use?
Yes. Oh, very good.
Is it on a wall?
No. But that sliding is smart. That's part of what that little pin is
But
about.
the pin doesn't really. So it must be something that fits between these
Oh,
two.
see, that's the engineering mind working there. Very impressive, Harrison.
So what's in your house that's like 2 inches wide? House.
In your house,
In the-
it could be an office too. I'd say
Yeah.
house or office. It's something we've all dealt with here in this room.
We've dealt with. I deal with nothing.
Oh my God.
I'll bet you've dealt with this. Maybe not, but most likely have.
But I would imagine it slides this way because it has like a groove, but there's arrows that point sideways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? It's a tough one.
Does it mark something?
Doesn't mark it, but it does.
Does it perforate something?
And I'll give you one other thing here. When I play with this little pin here a little bit, the light goes on.
Oh.
The battery's working, right? Yeah, there we go.
So it's got to be
See,
something
I don't know if you
It
can
lights
see
up
to
too.
measure
Lights up.
something.
Stud finder?
Not a stud finder.
But something like that. You're searching for something.
You're searching for something, and when you find it, the light comes on. And somehow this whole design plays into that. They're scratching their heads.
Is it something everyone could use in their house?
I think most of us could use this. I would say, knowing today's world, 90% of us. or
Oh
more.
my god, we can't be stumped on all these. We're gonna look so dumb.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, flipping the cards
Any
over.
other questions?
Any guesses in the audience? Nope. What? I couldn't hear his question.
Food related?
Not food related, no. Okay, should we give the answer out?
Yeah.
Okay, this is called the Roll Ranger, and what it does, you know that packing tape, that clear packing tape we all use? You slide it over here to find that edge. When you find the edge, you then use this thing to peel it up so you can then pack your Amazon products or whatnot. So, and I'll give you it is the Roll Ranger. It's $12.99, available on Amazon. Mark is loving it. Handy idea, right?
I know.
Okay.
Eric packages up all the like merch sales. He's like, I need that.
And you're sitting there saying, like, where's that end? Where's that
Yeah.
end? This actually senses it, and then you can use the little sharp edge of it to open it up.
Wow.
Great idea, huh?
Interesting.
Okay. You want time for one more? Or
Yeah,
no?
let's do one more.
Okay. We got another one here.
All me.
Oh my gosh.
Mark just loves when me and Bob look stupid on camera.
Oh, okay. Okay, this one, take a good look at it. Here you go. I put tape on it so you can't see what it is. It looks like a Danny DeVito pencil sharpener, but it's not.
Does it come open?
No, it doesn't. I think over traveling it's gotten a little.
You're like you could break it.
You
open,
could break it
but-
open, yeah. But notice it's got a hole on the top of
Uh-huh.
it, and it's got this weird thing at the bottom of it, and it has kind of a
There's a movable item
something
inside.
moves inside of it. Exactly.
Does it turn on?
No, it's always ready to work. It doesn't take a battery or anything, which kind of surprises me.
Is it a mobster?
Yeah.
It looks
Well,
like a
it
mobster.
kinda has a-
He has like a
good-
violin
and
He's
case
got a violin case. Is he not
and a
like,
scowl.
yeah.
Something involved with Rico. Oh, that was in your earlier segment.
Something goes in this hole. Or this from the bottom or top. Ooh, is that sharp?
It should not sharpen it, but it
It's
looks
got a
like
sharp pin in it.
it looks like a pencil sharpener, but it's not a pencil sharpener. Yeah, something goes into it, sort
Is
of.
it something that a musician would use?
No, definitely
Household
not
item.
It's a household item. Any one of us could be using
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen. That's a great.
Food related?
It's food related, totally.
No.
It doesn't spin.
No.
Is it a steam vent?
Is it a steam vent?
I guess you mean steam coming out of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the purpose of that hole is so for heat to come out of it.
How do you
So,
clean
yeah,
the
you're
inside?
With that thing. With the...
You clean it with this.
Oh my god. Is the mobster man kind of thematically tied to it?
It is in probably a politically incorrect way. Probably.
Spaghetti? Pasta.
Oh my gosh! Bing, bing, bing. Okay, how you're totally hitting it.
Does it?
Al dente? Is his name Al dente?
What? His name is Al Dente. Oh my god! And he's wearing a shirt that
Yeah, I
has
was
to
gonna
say
say.
Al
Oh my
Dente, which I think is
He's a fan. He loves this.
Do you have one of these, Andrew? Seven.
So, but like,
So
how
let me
does
explain
it?
how it works, what it really does. So when you're making your pasta, you throw this in the water with the boiling pasta. Then at 3 minutes, he starts singing an Italian song like "Ah Solo Mio," and then it's 3 minutes. And then at 5 minutes, he sings "La Theme from The Godfather." And there's 3 or 4.
Wait, what?
And so it lets you know how long your pasta's been in there. So let's say if you're doing lasagna, you may want 11 minutes. So you're going to wait for some other Italian
The
song.
theme song from The Sopranos.
Right. But if you want something like if you're doing angel hair, maybe at 3 minutes at Solo Mio,
You put
end
it in the water.
in the water, and it sings out the song
And it's
when it hits the
made
point.
of plastic.
Yeah.
And you boil
No,
the
it's
water
it's
with
it's
your food?
it's the correct kind of plastic that doesn't harm you. It's BPA or whatever they call it. It's absolutely.
How do you clean the inside?
It's just boiling in water. I would just
Right.
rinse it out. And I've used it. It works great. He sings right on
Interesting.
cue, right on time.
Do you get to
What-
pick the songs or it comes set?
It comes.
What's the
preset.
sound quality of this man who's being boiled alive?
Well, you
in
don't.
water?
You hear. It's really like like do 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 do.
Is it submersed or does it stand up?
He floats the whole time. He's bouncing around, and the spaghetti's hitting him. He's tossing and turning. It's actually a cool
Wild.
video.
We got it though.
Kinda,
right?
yeah. You did name the product.
Oh yeah.
Al
I
Dente.
would say Harrison gets the points with a little help over there, and of course the shirt over there was a
I
big
know.
help.
I
What a
know. Wow, yeah,
coincidence.
it's a
Talk about.
coincidence.
One
Wow.
more.
Yeah, let's do one more real quick.
Okay. Okay.
Appalled and
I'm enthralled.
appalled and
Okay, this one I think is easy. I saved an easy one for last.
Don't make us look even dumber than we
in
already
case you
did.
guys didn't do well, I wanted you to hopefully stand up and. Okay, so here is. Right here. Okay, take a good look at it.
Yeah.
And
Is it to grip something?
we're heading there right now. Yep. I think it's a grip something. What are they hoping you're going to use it for specifically? And you can use it for a lot of things.
A
of
hot
course.
pan?
Not for a hot pan.
a cold beer.
Not for a cold beer, but that's always a good idea.
It's dishwasher safe.
Silicone. Oh.
I mean, you could use it for any of those.
Is
things.
it like a cut glove almost? Like
It's more for yeah, but
when you're cutting,
yeah,
like
so,
to protect your hands?
Hands?
hands. I think you got it pretty much. So this is called the grip mitt.
Okay.
So it's really like the whole, like, it could be like a piece of meat that you're cutting, or hot bread, or so it's really, you put it right on the food itself and then cut it so one protects your hands, and also you can grab something hot like, a brisket or something.
I love that.
Cut
Me
it like
too.
that.
So
the
cute.
grip mitt. The price point on this is about under $10 at gripmitt.com.
Work.
We all need one of those.
So now what do you think? So this is the game. What the heck is that?
I love that.
It's competing with you guys on YouTube. So
It doesn't come on Fridays at 9, does it?
No.
Okay.
After you watch,
You guys can watch it then.
Wake Up, you just switch over to What the Heck Is That? And play a few rounds. I think we have 77 episodes up there. That means
Damn.
77 new gadgets you'll learn about. What the heck is that?
Thanks,
Really
Steve.
cool.
I had so much fun.
I
Thanks
had
for
so much
being
fun.
here.
That was wild.
Let's do this again.
I
Yeah,
feel like
perfect.
a complete
Okay.
idiot.
How
but that
often
was
do you come
really
to
fun.
P-Town?
Really, I'm a once a year kind of guy. I'm
A
not
local.
a local. Yeah, I'm not a local. Yeah, I'm usually
Oh.
here for Carnival or the week before or
Great.
after. So end of the summer kind of thing.
We'll
but
see you next year.
I hope so. That
Thank
would be
you so
wonderful.
much for coming on.
Make sure you have a show Carnival week next year.
Yeah. We'll see. Thank you so much, Steve. We're going to check in with the babes and boys to find out everything going on this week.
Good morning, everyone.
Happy Post-Carnival.
We did it. We made it.
How
We're
are you
here.
doing?
We're doing great. Everyone looked fantastic.
You look so good. Way to
They
go.
brought their A games.
Yes.
We wanted to start off by quickly thanking everyone who helped make any of the Babes and Boys events such a success. We couldn't have done it without everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. We had the first ever queer and sapphically inclined pool party at the Sea Glass Inn. Thank you to the Sea Glass Inn, as well as Farland Provisions, Beach Babes Butler, Provincetown for Women, and the Mayflower Trolley and Shuttle Bus Service.
Thank you all. Also on Tuesday, we started off with a costume swap and then had Yoli there doing these really rad custom earrings. Mine are out of Barbie roller skates.
Yeah, hit her up. She makes some really good jewelry.
And then we scooted on over to the Wave Bar and to a Barbies and Butches dance party featuring a lot of really rad artwork by Andres, Heat. These are some pieces right behind us, custom made.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Some pieces I made out of Barbie shoes and a really rad all Barbie chandelier by Sam.
It's true. It was a really wild time and we had so much fun. So thank you for coming out to that. And then what happened Wednesday, Carmen?
We did the second annual Legend of the Pied pop-up at the brewery in collaboration with the PBG and some awesome performances by Brittany Rolfs with Clint Morris.
And Yoli also performed.
Yes, super rad.
It was a really great week. So thank you all so much for supporting us.
And then, of course, on the day of the carnival, Sam was DJing on the Grand Marshal Parade with Monica Moore. So it was nonstop. So much fun, a lot of fun. But that was last week, and this week there's still a lot going on. So we're going to get started with Friday.
Friday, we have Zoe Lewis spinning some vintage jazz and gypsy swing, playing it actually, not spinning it, and World Beats 9:30 at the club.
Saturday is Provincetown, Provincetown's Improv Theater at 7 p.m. at the P-Town Theaters. So grab tickets to that.
Also, Saturday, it's JimmyLee's fashion show starting at 7 at the Commons, which will be featuring this mug. So come and check it out. A lot of Provincetown locals will be there. It'll be a really good event.
It is free, but I hear you have to
RSVP in advance. Yep.
Sunday is the Women's World Cup final, Spain versus England at 6 a.m., which is kind of early, but stay tuned because Babes and Boys will have some announcements of where we'll be screening.
Yeah, stay tuned to our Instagram at Babes and Boys. Monday, Suede is performing at Payamet at 7 p.m., so you're going to want to get your tickets early for that.
Tuesday is our See You Next Tuesday party over at the brewery from 6 to 9 p.m.
And also on Tuesday, if you haven't checked out Randy Roberts at the post office, the show is Aging Disgracefully, that's the name of it, and it is a night with Cher, all live vocals, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday at 7 p.m.
Don't miss out. Yoli, one of our favorite performers, Yoli will be at 7:30 at Crown and Anchor's Cabaret Room. I understand the show has kind of evolved and changed, so even if you've seen it earlier in the summer like we have, you're encouraged to go and check it out again.
Highly encouraged. And then on Thursday, if you haven't checked out Magnifique Wonderland yet, it's at 8 p.m. at the Crown and Anchor.
Super awesome. I saw it a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was really fantastic. A tight show, obviously themed Alice in Wonderland, but with that twist that only Mackenzie and our lovely queer performers in town can add to it.
So maybe Post-Carnival, but there's still events going on in town. Check them out, and you can find us all at babesandboys.com for all of our listings of events.
Awesome. So much happening. Just check it out there. There's a lot happening.
Yeah. All right. Bye, Barbie.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you, babes and boys, for that weekly update on what's fun in town. You guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is this the first time you've been on, Chris?
Yeah.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for providing such a wonderful space for us to do
yeah.
this.
We love to provide it for you. Thank you for the great show.
If you weren't at the Bearded Mistress, you also would have seen Chris in drag for the first time, looking stunningly gorgeous.
Is there a picture of that?
I don't think so.
Thank God.
There's somewhere.
Maybe
We'll
it's
find
from
him.
the
We'll find it
internet.
for next week. So congratulations, boys, on 4 years.
Thank you. Yeah,
How's it been going?
it's been great.
Zonked.
We're a little slow
Yesterday.
today. We're a little slow. It was a big day yesterday. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard.
Well, congratulations also on winning Best Flow.
You knew, though,
It
didn't
was
you
the
just
choreo.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
we
they
really,
were so good.
We really were very surprised when we rolled up and we were like, oh well, okay, cool, we're gonna have a great parade,
yeah.
but definitely didn't think.
It was definitely Spalding's choreo that
Yeah,
put it over.
yeah, it really was.
But we knew we wanted to come for it because last year it was just kind of a crash and burn and nothing happened. So we were like, this year let's do something.
We had to redeem ourselves for sure.
Now you have to top yourself next year.
I know. We'll plan to.
Yeah. Well, you did a really great job. You had the brand new Bearded Mistress on the float, Brittany
Yes.
Rolfs, slaying.
She did an incredible job.
Yeah. So who had the idea to do Hot Wheels this year?
All the
yeah.
creative ideas come from this man right here. So.
But that got taken from the building itself was built in the 30s, 35 as like an auto dealership. And then was a dealership in a garage for many years. So we
This
just kinda-
one?
Yeah. So even these
Used to have
bays,
garage doors right here.
this was all garage. So
guess
that's
that
kind
makes
of,
sense.
you know, where the idea kind of came from. And then we put our own thoughty little spin on it.
As we do. As we do.
Added a little show choir choreography. We put tracks all around the room. We're good to go.
God.
We had a fun time at Brimfield at that flea market. The three of us went out in July, so we shopped for all the street signs and the traffic lights, and you know, had a fun experience, kind of planning up for it.
Yeah,
Of
you
course they
can't
did.
unleash these three on Brimfield.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah. So Eric, you run merchandise and also distribution here for the brewery.
Yes.
How's that?
It's going well. Have you seen our jock straps that you
No.
inspired?
You inspired?
Grab one.
You inspired them?
Me inspiring a
This is our newest
jockstrap?
one. This was your idea.
Yeah, so I told them that they should have jock straps that on the band it says, "If found, please return to Provincetown Brewing Company."
And we
And
will
we
keep
mean
them.
that.
We
We
mean
will-
that. If you bring them, we'll
we'll
keep
have
them
a
back.
friendly night.
Put
We
your
will
name
hold
in there,
on to it
and
for you.
in the back, yeah.
We might not wash it, but
Yeah.
we'll hold it.
I definitely won't wash it.
Oh my God, Eric, how are you? How just a little separate from brewery, but how are you finding being a select board member?
I would describe it as a fun challenge so far. I've been doing it for 3 months, so I'm still learning a lot. But we've been able to do some really good things for housing already, so it's very encouraging. And yeah, it's been a little out of my comfort zone, like being up on the board and stuff, but in a fun way, in like a challenging but fun way.
Well, it was really meaningful for all of us that live and vote in town to have some fresh blood on the board. No shade to anybody that's been serving for a long time. Thank you for your service, but you know, having somebody on the board, a couple now that are under 40.
Yeah, I hope I can be a direct line to the town hall for people that maybe didn't have it or felt like they had it before. So that's my goal moving forward is like if there's things that we need to address or know about, I can hopefully be that conduit to those things. So.
And also the fact that you're a business owner, the fact that you worked in restaurants in town even before that, I think is very important because that's a perspective we don't often see served on the board.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that. So Spalding, you came into the crew just after the pandemic. And
before the pandemic, right before the pandemic.
It was at the exact moment the pandemic started.
You are the reason for the pandemic.
Thank God for the pandemic.
So I lived with, Chris Hartley lived with me that winter, the first winter after the brewery opened, and it's funny. So Chris came up to visit one weekend, and then a few weeks later, Hartley was like, "Oh, just so you know, Chris is going to come back for the weekend." And I was like, "Oh, is that who you've been up giggling with on the phone all the night?" And he said, he's like, "I think he's the one." And I said, "Really?" And Chris goes, "Why'd you say it like that?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess in my head you just weren't like a he's the one kind of guy." But I guess you were right.
I had a feeling. So.
But that weekend was March 12th, 2020. So he came for the weekend and then never left. And we're very happy at that.
We were quarantine family.
Little did Chris Hartley know that he was now stuck in an apartment with 2 theater queens.
I learned a lot. It was great.
But since then, you've been contributing creatively. You've been running the brewery here, bringing a lot of energy and spirit. How are you liking being here?
Oh, I'm loving
Provincetown, the brewery.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing community. It's beautiful to be able to have this canvas as a moment of expression and just have so much support with, all the crazy ideas that we come up with. Actually, the first, that was 2019's parade float, which was our last parade float, was kind of like the first, big offering that I was able to kind of bring, and just to be able to watch, the development of this, be so proud of these guys and what everybody's doing, and just how everybody kind of throws in their superpower, and it really, makes for something larger and greater than any of us singularly could pull off.
Well, Spalding has an endless amount of superpowers. He's a dancer, a choreographer. He works with high schools around the country choreographing show choir. He is a production designer. He has worked on cookbooks before. He runs the brewery. He runs events for the brewery.
So Provincetown is the perfect.
Exactly.
Are you two actually doing anything?
Excuse me.
I will say his attention to detail is insane. We were up at like 2 a.m. Wednesday night before, like finishing the float, and Spalding is like looking at little edges and like getting handed and like matching up patterns.
And you're like,
and I'm like, it's a float. Like, it's gonna
we're
go by
literally
going to
be
2 seconds.
driving by people.
Story of my life.
We won, so I guess it was all worth it.
Now they can't give me shit.
Hartley, what was the inception and idea for having a brewery in Provincetown, and how did you get to this moment?
I just came. The first time I came up here was in 2012. Came with a group of friends, rented a house. They had been here a million times. I just assumed that we'd be coming to the oldest brewery in the country, just being Massachusetts and the landing of the Pilgrims. So when we dropped off our bags and we said, let's go to the brewery, they just looked at me. They're just dumbfounded. So it just kind of stuck with me for a really long time. And I dated a guy up here for a while so I just really fell in love with towns for 5 summers. And then, I don't know, there's just a couple years that I wasn't really happy at the job, and it's just kind of like a friend mentioned that he would help start the business, get the investments going if I figured out the brewing side. And luckily, the brewing community is one of the most communal, supportive industries I've ever been a part of. And yeah, it just kind of fell into place from there. So
it's like it was one of the few, like it was missing. Like we
it
didn't
was
have
just-
anything
well,
like
I was
this.
like, how do I live in P-Town? I was like, what business doesn't exist? So it worked out.
Was your vision before opening as grandiose as it has become? Because it's become such a huge thing, such a huge part of the community, such a huge support for the creative people in town. Was your vision this big, or?
I think it definitely is much bigger than I ever thought it would be. I always saw it as being, I really always thought it was interesting in P-Town that everybody had their bars and restaurants to go to, and there was no place to hang out. Even if you went to a club, it was still gay guys or like a straight club or something. And so I always just thought that there's this opportunity for, besides restaurants where you're kind of in your own little tables, I just thought a place for everybody to kind of interact with each other was kind of the envision where it was like why I thought the brewery would do so well is because there wasn't that here, and what I think the town needed in just a mingling place rather than just a service place. So yeah, but on top of everything that's just happened with you guys and just how it's being used by Carmen and Sam and all that, it's just I couldn't be happier, and I'm excited. It just makes me excited for every year, every season, or every thing that comes along. And I know you say he just says yes to everything, because I think it really is one of those things that if you do, then you just never know what's gonna happen, and it's always, for the most part, turned out for the best. So yeah.
Chris is always super welcoming of people with new creative ideas and offering them a space and opportunity and support to do that. I think we had like a 20-minute presentation for what Wake Up was when we were like, can we do Wake Up here? And I think we got halfway through the first sentence. He's like, yeah, that's great, do it. We're like, okay, awesome. Between Babes and Boys and everything they've got going on here, we've got stuff going on. Me and Bob host trivia on Monday nights when we can.
Soon again.
Spalding hosts Fag Out Fridays, which is your musical theater video bar night.
There's always something going on here.
Yes.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday's trivia. Tuesdays, see you next Tuesday.
Wash Shore sessions
on Saturday. And also, y'all are working on getting the 3rd annual Wash Shore Festival. How's it going?
Going well. Yeah, we're really excited for it. We're doing kind of a new take on it, and I'm excited to see the reaction to it. Feels a lot more kind of not condensed, but just much more focused, which is what we're really excited about.
And our headliner, do you know who our headliner is?
Who?
Jake Wesley Rogers, who's this young, Elton John says he reminds him of Elton John.
Oh.
And he's got a huge stage presence, and he's really great, and he's going to perform at Town Hall. So it's going to be a bigger stage than we've had.
Is he performing with John Cameron Mitchell? Or
John Cameron Mitchell is kind of hosting the whole affair, and he's probably going to do some numbers here and there. But yeah, it's all going to lead up to Jake Wesley Rogers.
That's exciting. I've been to the Wash Shore Festival every year for the past 2 years, and it's you discover so many incredible queer artists. There are people that are now in my most played playlists constantly because I've become huge fans of them right here for Wash Shore Festival. It's the 7th and 8th of this October, Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. Get your tickets.
Yeah,
come say hi to these guys. Thank you so much for creating community and family, really.
Of course. Thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all for watching. Let's thank our sponsors: the Crown and Anchor, Provincetown Brewing Company, the Boat Slip, Provincetown Business Guild, Shipwreck at the Brasky. Oh my God, I completely forgot to mention I went to the Brasky pool party on Monday. It was amazing. Tadana looked amazing. She was dressed as Barbie. Oh my God. Come to our party tonight. Night of 1,000 Barbies at Purgatory.
More Barbies?
I'll be awake by then, I think. Did I get all the sponsors? Yes.
I think so. Thanks for waking up in Provincetown.
Good morning, everybody. Wake up. Wake up, wake up. In Provincetown. This week featuring Wake Up, Wake Up. Can I have some coffee? Wake up, wake up. Make it strong, please.